I'm telling you right now, we're off to a start. This is the gift exchange show, and I'm already pissed.
Wasn't Christmas like 3 weeks ago?
All right, we're gonna get into it. We just gave Tyler. I'm so mad right now. I'm like having a hard time focusing. It's like my fourth pod in the last 12 hours. We gave Tyler his gift offline. We're going to explain it right now. This is how I'm going to start it. We gave Tyler his gift offline because some of the language was a little colorful.
A little bit.
And I could see there are some younger kids who listen to the show. You want to tell us what just happened here?
Yeah. Basically got a cameo from AJ Galante. I hope I'm saying his last name right.
I believe that is right.
For people that don't know, that is the former GM of the Danbury Trashers in the documentary. I can't even see the documentary on Netflix, but
That's got it.
Crime and Penalties.
Crime and Penalties. Absolutely amazing documentary. By far the best documentary that I've seen in a long time. But basically, I could tell at points where it was just you guys probably giggling over the stuff that you're feeding this guy. Because first off, he's calling me a degenerate for my parlays. Hilarious. Then he's talking about high school basketball and the tattoo that's on my leg. That'll be something that you and your friends forever will make fun of me for, which
Rightfully
is
so.
Rightfully so, and it's hilarious. But I did get it done in the freshman dorm, so that's where I'm like, all right.
Is that an excuse or explanation?
I did get it done in a freshman dorm. How much did you pay for it?
$0.
I was like, dude, you don't get $0 sushi because you know it's bad.
That's fair.
You don't get $0 tattoos.
That's fair. It was done with a pencil and a paper clip.
Sounds super
Were
hygienic.
you biting on a belt? Were you drinking whiskey or?
No, I was told that I couldn't drink at all because I would start bleeding out. So I was like, all right, then, cool.
All right.
Sounds like a
But-
real high class.
Hold on.
But then I was like, clearly this is Steve because he does this classic thing where he'll just like beat the crap out of me in jokes and then is like, I don't know why Gabby's with you. And then that's always his joke. And that was exactly what AJ basically did was like, you better not mess this up because the one thing you got going for you is being with Gabby. So I was like, Steve joke.
All right,
I loved it.
We're going to talk about it in a second on the other side of this. I wanted to get your quick reaction, but I also want to let people know that while this was going up, there was some like technical stuff where I had to set up, and I have these two a-holes just
What?
busting my chops the entire time about doing this wrong and doing that right and micromanaging me, and it was the absolute worst. And so if people are like, why is Steve in such a mood? It's not my fault. It's
This might end up going down as Joel's favorite pot.
I'm not even sure, by the way. We'll get into that in a second. I'm not even sure this is the right button to push anymore. So we're going to see if this is the right thing. It could be that weird sound like that you get sometimes. So I'm Steve. That's Tyler. There's Matt, Virgie Solso, and this is Screen Screener. Maybe this is the theme song?
Masturbatory.
That's perfect. Nice.
I'm honestly, this is gonna be a short one. It's gonna be a short one anyways. It's got to be a short one, and it's championship week. But just to give you some background here, okay, a couple of things of what was going on with this cameo. We tried to get a couple other guys, AJ Galante, who, by the way, we didn't even think of in the beginning, and Matt found. We were sitting at the kitchen table, and Matt found him, and I was like, "Oh, that might have been the perfect guy all along."
Oh, no,
Like we might have messed up, like in not having there. There's another guy, Connor Stallions. We didn't see until after. That would have been an interesting one.
Yeah.
We tried to get a couple former Celtics, and they just
Ghosted us.
didn't respond.
Lame.
Didn't whatever. And just so you know about the script, big boy, it is they give you can give suggestions, and I was basically ripping you the entire time.
I'm sure.
And then I said at the end, I was like, his best friend is his dog Duke, as like a way to make fun of you. And he turned into this as like, I heard Duke's a great dog. And I'm like, no, we're going for it. He did awesome. I thought.
Dude, that was absolutely because some cameos I think are like I've seen some where like Jackie's not gonna listen. Jackie has one from I can't remember who it was, a Celtics player like 5 years ago that made one, and he mailed it in, and it was just like, "Hey Jackie, happy birthday! All right, see you later." and
Yeah.
kind of nailed it. That was absolutely perfect.
Yeah,
I
he
thought it
put
was
some
hilarious.
he put some effort into it. I thought he did pretty good. The only notes I have is it did almost get like inspirational. It starts off hard. He comes in and calls Tyler
Yeah.
Well, we did
degenerate.
choose genre of roast. So I think that's where he's coming in hot.
Well, that's
He
what
needs
I
to come up
wanted.
with. He kind of repeated himself a lot, which I was.
But he did okay. The only thing that I'll say is that he turned it at the end. He was like, "You made some good decisions," and I'm like, "No."
Well,
no.
that's where I was
we're not
sitting there.
going. We're not going to you for like the pep talk, bro. Like, that's not.
Well,
That's-
I was sitting here like I know that it's gonna be one of those things where he's gonna like pick me up and lift me up, and I'll be like, yeah, and then he's gonna destroy me, and that's kind of what I was waiting for. Is I was like, don't get too excited about this video right now because they're gonna beat the crap out of you. I do have a question. Can I have that video?
Yeah, I don't know how it works. We'll send
Okay.
it to you, and I made
'Cause-
sure that it didn't have
Because I have some friends that absolutely love the Danbury Trashers. and they
Yes,
think-
we all do.
and like Jeremy Nash would love to see that video. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, we paid the extra $12 to get the logo removed and a clearer picture too.
Hell
so
yeah. Hell
you
yeah.
get
Can-
the full AJ Galante experience.
There's some swearing, so maybe I take the swears out and put that on IG.
If there's a way to do it, do it.
All right.
I don't think there's any restrictions in terms of that, but like
Oh,
if
maybe.
if AJ reaches out, we'll take it down.
Ask for
because-
forgiveness, not permission.
because yeah. But I'm also a little scared of him. So
I agree. I very much agree.
Yeah. So now we're best friends.
But what if he started another Danbury Trashers and was calling up Matt Soul?
Do you know how quick we would be in
I
the
don't-
car
I
to
don't
go to
think
those
I could.
games?
Oh,
His
dude,
mentality.
we drive so far for one of those games.
Another Trashers game? If they were able to resurrect the Trashers, there's no way the it's not like a league issue. The federal government wouldn't allow that. It's like there's some real
California
obstacles.
Penal League.
Yeah. So how do we want to do this? Want to go, Matt? You want to go with yours next?
right.
I feel like, yeah, we can't do this in the next year because I split it up with the hats early on, and now I'm like, oh, we should have gone. Like, it
Well,
felt good at
don't
the
go
moment.
too into it. Let him
Yeah.
open. Let him open.
Here we go. Oh, spectacular. You
But
can't
you know-
go wrong with the Tenacious D Performance Thunderwear.
Pop those bad boys open.
Try it on.
That's a spicy
Definitely
meatball.
try it on.
Try it on.
Down here.
This is gonna be our.
Oh,
I hope they're tight.
You got to pay for this episode.
Oh,
look at
those.
I love
Are they
the
gonna fit?
sausage and meatballs.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just good.
Yes, they're gonna fit.
It's just good Italian fun right there.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, yes,
Matching.
matching shirt from
Yeah.
the meatball tour.
Yeah.
Did you go in? Were you at the meatball tour?
I did not go on the
Damn
meatball
it.
tour. I don't think they came to. It was let's see, Georgia, Missouri.
Spicy meat.
It was mostly in Europe. They were in Indy on September 9th, but I don't know where I was in September of 23.
Yeah, I don't
love it.
know.
Thank you, boys.
It was the coolest looking one.
It's a fun website to browse through.
Have you've been? Oh, I should have known you've been to it.
Well,
Yeah.
I almost ordered the full masterpiece volume 3 because I have the first one.
Nice. Will you
It's like I
wear-
don't think I have a DVD player anymore. I guess I have a PS5 that plays DVDs, right?
Hell yeah, yo.
So
Yeah, that's like one of those things they sell you on, but you never use it. You know what I mean?
Remember Blu-ray? That being a big deal with it. What was it? The PS3 that was like, oh, you get Blu-ray with it.
That's how
Big
young you
deal.
are. You're like, you remember in Blu-ray that technology? I mean,
I
that
was like
it's a
10.
I
beta.
think there was like cavemen and then Blu-ray. I'm like,
Remember
You
the
have the chalkboard. In
You
there
remember the
somewhere.
iPod Nano?
do
That thing was sick.
you remember having to rewind videos before you return them?
No. I was
Uh,
like 3.
and then you actually got fined. You had the
Yeah.
Blockbuster
50
fined
cents.
like 50 cents if you didn't rewind it, which was a big deal because movies were like $2 or like
Yeah.
$4, whatever it was.
Be kind, rewind.
So
All right,
Darn.
Steve.
here we go. I'm gonna open this 1 second just to be
It won't land as well if you
Yeah,
open that 1
exactly.
second.
okay.
Don't be that guy. You look like Stella trying to open a gift.
It's not going well.
We'll remove the glass so that there's no glare on the shelf.
Unbelievable.
We got that so you can put it in your new studio in your house.
Yeah, dude.
Netflix built.
Oh yeah, buddy.
If you're watching this, you can. I hope you can see this. Can you see it?
There you go. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Yep,
You're good.
perfect.
Unfreaking.
That's a great picture too.
Unbelievable.
It
That
is
is
a
a
great
great
picture.
picture.
Dude, it is. You guys actually probably spent real money on this, like as a gag gift.
2-time Stanley Cup champ. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can only imagine how pleased you were with yourselves.
I texted Tyler immediately. Like, do it.
And now you got to open the second one.
Like I have to hang it up too. Like you can't.
Oh no, you have
not
to.
hang it
Yeah,
up.
of course you do.
All right, now open the other
Did
one.
you have that specially made?
If he could have something specially made on there, it would probably say something different.
I mean, who wrapped this? Someone who knows what they're doing.
The other side's the part you want to look at. So.
Oh no, it's not. Because I want to see the. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the Brad one behind the door, and this one will be somewhere of importance.
That one's signed. The Brad one's not.
Look at that. That's nice,
Yeah.
boys.
Patty B.
Thank you. And the other one's just as funny. Like and I'll have to like I have the I think I mentioned this before, but I'll just say it again. My daughter Jazz had me for the family Secret Santa this year. And I was like, "Oh, what'd you get me?" And she rolls over and gives me this bag, and I open it up, and it was the Aaron Rodgers bobblehead. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me, dude!"
And when he played for the Jets, when he
Yeah,
played
the
one
Jets.
play.
Aaron, yeah. We only ran out with the American flag, and that was it. And immediately she was like, "Yeah, I talked to Matt. He said to do it." So he's been involved in 2 of these now. That is exactly what these podcasts should be. So that was perfection.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Well, Merry Christmas, boys.
Appreciate
Christmas.
it. Merry Christmas on it's
January.
well overdue, but
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. Next year we'll be more on top of the ball. Okay. Do we really have to? Do we have to be like this all night? All right, let's get into some sports. Let's talk NFC before we get into the AFC. Rams Seahawks. I forgot to look at who won was they split the first 2 matchups, right? Is that right? We looked that up really quickly.
Yeah, I can look that up.
Actually, I think I might have it here.
Sounds like
An
six
NFC West. I don't like it when it ends up being.
division in the AFC,
Yeah,
or the
right?
championship.
So it makes sense because that division's so good. I get that. But who do we like?
So they did split. Week 11, Rams won 21-19 in Seattle. And week 16, Seahawks won 38-37. That was a crazy overtime.
So both really great games.
Yep.
And I think the second one didn't. Oh, this is going to be sound. I feel like the kicker messed up something. I almost said a bad word. Messed something up. But anyways, who do you like?
Oh, man, it's tough.
It is tough,
it's really
right?
tough. Yeah. I want to look at the lines real quick, but I think just to pick right out the gate, I think I'm going Rams. I think I'm going Rams in this one. I really think the Seahawks are just a freight train, but they're gonna be stopped at some point. Like the
Sharp-
last time they saw each other, there was no Devontae, and they had this stupid like backwards throw that Charbonnet magically picked up in the end zone without realizing it, and they scored a touchdown. And then I think you were about to say like Charbonnet tears his ACL. Now they
Yeah.
only have one running back, which Kenneth Walker had over 100 rushing yards
He's
last
really
week. He had
good.
2 touchdowns. Like he's a dog. But I also with the Rams and Sean McVay, like they've been there, they've done that, and
It
they
feels
now
like
have
that matters a
better
little bit,
weapons.
right? Like you have
I feel like it does.
a first. These first year McDonald's the first
Maybe
year or second
second.
year. I think it's second year, right?
Yep.
I don't know. I feel like. What do you think? Who do you like in that game?
Seahawks because they're at home.
I will say the Seahawks are -2.
But that's what's weird about it is they split.
Yep.
Yeah. But it does feel like it will be different, right? There's a different atmosphere. There's been
The weather's different.
it's been different everywhere. Like even like Gillette.
Crazy.
The crowds have been insane. I haven't heard crowds like that in a long time. Why is this not working? Whatever.
I will say when the Rams won and the Seahawks won, they both were at home. So Rams won at home, Seahawks won at home when they faced off and they split.
Oh.
That's not what you said.
Yeah, you said the opposite.
ChatGPT did me dirty. ChatGPT, I looked
Do you
back.
think you maybe okay? Let's get into this.
ChatGPT said,
Do you think you are a little AI reliant? Like you are?
"Oh, big time," because I just asked it. like where did they split the games this year? And it goes week 11 Rams won 21-19 in Seattle. Week 16 Seahawks won 38-37 in overtime in Seattle. And so I go, wait, so which one was in LA and which was in Seattle?
I'm not sure what you just said now.
Yeah.
I'm so
The
confused.
point being is the home team won.
Yeah.
The point being
Yeah.
is get off ChatGPT a little bit.
No.
Touch
We
some
need it.
grass.
We need it.
Or
need to
maybe,
get out.
look it up yourself, like on a website.
I did.
No, that's not looking it up. That's not looking it up.
So ChatGPT, like all it is it's like gives you a synopsis of all the information on the internet, right?
Yeah.
So like it's only as good as the information that's.
I think it's
that's out there.
I think it's a faster research process.
I think it helps.
Super accurate.
I think it can help, but yeah, I kind of. You know what? I think I was coming into it and saying that I would have liked that I like the Rams, but I think that home field matters. Like it's going to be
The Seahawks is legit.
And do we think the Bears how good do you think that Bears team was?
Not good.
Yeah,
I've
not as
I
good.
don't think they're that good.
And they gave it's a different atmosphere. Like the weather in Chicago was an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
But that Bears team gave the Rams all they could handle and almost pulled it out. Like
But I don't even think the Chicago weather was that bad. It wasn't like it was snowing the entire. It wasn't like what we saw in that Patriots game where it was raining in the first half and snowing in the second half. The Bears it seemed like it kind of snowed and then it was just a really cold game. Like that's a little bit different from like what Stafford played in last year against the Eagles, where it was snowing the whole time and they had 3 inches of snow on the field. So I don't believe in Chicago at all. I'll go on a tangent all day about Chicago. I think
it helped Chicago stay close, is what I'm saying.
probably.
But yeah, no, I think you might be onto something. That
I'm not betting this game.
That Seattle team is. Here's the other thing. Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't go near this game. I wouldn't go near this game.
I'd probably take the over.
Well, not only that, the Seattle blew out the 49ers, and supposedly Darnold had an oblique issue,
Yeah, true.
which I'm like, oblique's no joke. Like, that really is a painful, annoying injury, and yet they seem to absolutely smoke the 49ers, which I think the 49ers probably caught up to them, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the injury train finally pulled into the stop and
Yeah.
get out here.
and Shanahan's jinxed, man. I'm convinced of it. Like it just happens every year to that team, and maybe they need to look at. And I'm sure they have done this before. I'm not a genius, so I'm sure they figured this out and how they are training their players and what kind of surfaces they're practicing on and all of that. Because the injury bug for that team has been, I mean, incredible. I don't know what year it was, but they were down to like their 7th quarterback, and they were trying to, they didn't even have guys that could suit up at one point because they had lost so many quarterbacks. It was horrific. And like just every year something happens where they lose a guy.
Well, did you see the theory that's coming out about their practice facility?
Was it on ChatGPT?
No, it's not on Twitter, but then I had to ask ChatGPT to make sure.
That's even better. I saw it on
But
Twitter.
the,
So I used ChatGPT to check
but
Twitter.
they did,
Got
but
it.
and this
Got it.
this also doesn't help my case either. It was on 98.5. They also were talking about it on there, where they were talking about the Niners, and they were talking about if the Patriots go, that they don't want the Patriots to practice at the Niners facility.
Really?
Because it's the theory is that there's a bunch of electromagnetic fields that are right next to the stadium and right next to the practice facility, and they keep on getting bigger and bigger because they're just growing that
It's like a
plant.
tech thing or something?
Yeah, and so they believe, and you would have to like read into it. Someone way smarter than me or way into the theory than me.
You would have to like not be on ChatGPT.
Yeah, or go to ChatGPT and read about it. Because I got some key takeaways on here about the theory. But the whole theory is that with the electromagnetic fields, it's like breaking down like their soft tissue, so that every single time they practice, they're like just hurting themselves and weakening their bones and their muscles. And then when they go play, they tear their muscles. That's the
thoughts on
theory.
that theory?
That is not a Tyler theory. That's just a theory that's been going around about because they
Does anyone-
literally every year it's their best players are gone.
Is
Every
anyone run
year.
it by Dr. Oz? Is anyone taking with Dr. Oz? I'm sure there's some kind of fish oil they could take to make it okay.
Maybe. Maybe the Liver King is their trainer now or something.
I think if you guys were on a carnivore diet, not a problem.
Yeah, not
okay?
a problem.
If you just ate raw meat, it would be
Yeah.
fine.
And take steroids.
And
Yeah.
eat butter because
Exactly,
it's
yeah.
at the top of the food pyramid now.
Yep.
I can't.
We're diverting.
Yeah.
We're diverting. Get back on the train.
How many of them are vaccinated? I don't want to get into it.
Here we go.
I don't want to get into it. I will say this about Seattle. I feel like Seattle is one of those teams, and there's like a name for this. It's like I always go back to Moneyball, right? Where they identify players that aren't attractive in terms of like their curb appeal or however way you want to put it. Like you look at these guys and you're like, I don't know. And Billy Beane was able to identify players that can help them win baseball games through non-traditional ways, right? And I always think about whatever the word is for that. And Seattle's a team to me that plays in the NFC West that has been good but not great for a while. And I think because of that, my mind, I have to be careful about the bias.
Yep.
And I have to be careful about the fact that I haven't seen this team. Sam Darnold, blew it in the playoffs
New
last
coach.
year. Getting better, but blew in the playoffs. Mike Donald, good coach, but he's still kind of new. And are they really for real? And I honestly think they are.
That defense is unreal.
I think this is a really good team that I'm probably underrating or undervaluing because I just haven't seen them enough, and I'm not used to them being in this spot. And the more, like, even like when you said it right, I was like, you know what, like,
I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams won, though.
Of course,
I mean, like
that's why you don't bet the game.
Exactly.
We expect a very close game, and that Rams team that Rams defense is, I think, really good.
I think it's like wishy-washy, though. I feel like there's games where you're like, holy crap, this defense is really good. And then there's games where it's like, that secondary is just getting cooked left and right.
Jared Verse scares the hell out of me.
Jared Verse is unreal. But that's where I feel like it's like similar to the Patriots defense. It's like there's a couple guys that's like stick. And then the rest you're like, are they going to show up? Are they not going to show up?
Don't even get me started. We're getting to the Patriots defense.
I know. But that's just how I feel looking at all the defenses that are there is like it's the Rams defense, I think, is probably the weakest out of the four that are in the playoffs right now. And that's where I'm not really worried about.
That might be true, actually.
And Jared Verse might be one of the best like edge rushers out of all the defenses, but the Seahawks defense is extremely well-rounded. I just believe in Stafford. Stafford's just a dog.
Yeah, that's the thing too.
He just and he has Devontae
and he's
back.
done it before.
He's done it before. He has Kyron Williams. They've somehow unlocked Blake Corum, where you don't even know who's getting the ball at this point between him and Kyron Williams.
Blake Corum was such a dude at Michigan.
Dude, he pissed me off because I literally every single time I watched that dude play, I'd be like, Michigan sucks, and then he'd get the rock and he's gone.
And it wasn't even fast.
He would barrel through people and just score.
Yeah,
it's insane.
I think he broke the Michigan single season record for touchdowns. Maybe even the NCAA record. He was.
But that's why him and like Kyron Williams are like the same dudes. When they're in the red zone, like they're scoring.
I think I'm with Matt though. I give a slight edge to Seattle. Let me ask you this: we're pretty split on that. You'll take the Rams. We'll take Seattle. I wonder if you could look up the spread real quick. I'm just interested to see what that is.
2.5.
2.5 for Seattle.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me.
About they think
that's a coin flip, right?
Yeah.
That's the pick 'em.
And I think that's completely fair for this game. It's 100% a coin flip. I'm taking the over total points though.
What's over under?
It's 47.5. I would take it.
You take the over,
and I'd sweat it. The last time they played each
I
other,
would
it was
take the over,
overtime,
too.
and it was 38-37. The first time they played, it was 21-19. So if you're telling me,
I feel like it gets tighter in the playoff. I'd still take the over.
yeah, I mean, looking at all the playoff games that we've seen, they've all been pretty high scoring. I mean, we've seen some blowouts, but those blowouts is like 30-6.
All of the football we've seen, for the most part, the last 2 weeks, playoffs, college and pro, fourth quarters have been absolute bananas.
Oh, it's been awesome.
It's been absolutely amazing, but I would definitely take the over.
I hit a lay last night for the game, and it was the over for total points, and I had Miami plus 7.5. I was sweating the total points because they didn't score anything going into the second half. And then all of a sudden, it's boom,
Totally
boom,
different
boom,
game.
boom,
Wait,
boom.
that happens.
So sick.
I've told you that all, dude. How when Hendon Hooker was at Tennessee, I would be like, I was like, go play your video game, go hang out, come back for the second half, and you'd be like, really? And I'd be like,
that's true. You did.
The last 10 minutes of every college football game get bananas.
Yeah.
Like they just do. Like,
that's why we love March Madness with college basketball.
Yeah,
like the last 3 minutes is mayhem.
I remember you were kind of getting into college football at that point, and then I forget what game it was. Hendon Hooker had an insane game. And you're like, this, I think I love college football. It was awesome.
Here's the question for you guys. Who do you want the Patriots to play in the Super Bowl?
Same page, Matt.
Rams.
Same page. Who do you think they match up better with? You want them to play the Rams.
It's tough. I want them to play the Rams.
Careful what you ask for. I think both of those teams are going to be a tough matchup for the Patriots.
I would rather
Yeah.
face Darnold than Stafford.
That's also fair.
I think that's true too. As much as
I
I
think
think,
And
Yeah.
not McVay. I would rather face an untested coach. Not to say he's not good.
That's
I'd rather
fair.
face an untested coach and Sam Darnold than I would a proven winner.
That
And-
Seattle defense is just absolutely insane.
but I don't know who their edge guys are. Like all these.
I don't
edge
know
guys
either,
here-
but I'm
Yeah,
watching
but the
them
Texans
play.
defense was sick too.
That is true.
And
but,
you guys smoked them.
but I saw Will Campbell just get absolutely demolished
Oh,
every
are we
goddamn
doing
play.
that now?
No. But I'm just saying.
Tell me when tell me when it's my turn.
We're not getting there yet. That will be full Patriots talk if we go there right now. But with the Rams, I feel like we kind of control that defense a little bit more. But you guys are definitely right. Like I'd rather face Darnold. I'd rather face that wide receiver core with just JSN and like Shaheed versus having to play against Puka and Devontae, who are like
What about
two of the
Kupp?
best wide receivers in the world. Cup, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he just
He's a
hasn't been-
dog, and I saw a recent video of him where I was like, "Dude, you're the man." But like, I'm not really scared of Cooper Cup anymore. I'm more scared of Devontae, who replaced him.
And again, I've now watched on Seattle. I just read this. I'm just telling what I've read. And the interior offensive line, I guess, for Seattle has been kind of a little bit of an issue.
Mm.
They have a rookie starting on the inside too, who could be good, but it's kind of had his ups and downs. And that Patriots D is pretty strong up the middle. Let's go to the AFC quickly.
This should be a quick conversation.
Not really, because it's kind of wild. Like, I don't
So
really.
you're scared you're-
We're not going to. I want to talk about the games and how they got there. Let's not
Okay.
talk about the. We won't spend a lot of time. There's not a lot of reason to spend a lot of time on the Texans game, except for I think the Patriots defense, as bad as Marcus Stroud was, and he was terrible. I think the Patriots defense is for real. I think both of
I
those
agree.
things can be true. I think that's all right to say that. And Drake May just continues to make plays at the right time. The other game was way more fascinating to me. This was
The Bills Broncos, yeah.
alters the path of the franchise. I think it affects a quarterback's legacy. I mean, this was a huge game for the Buffalo Bills. And the fact that I listen, I have a ton of respect for Sean Payton. We're going to get into that in a second. I have a ton of respect for Sean Payton, the way he's able to get the most out of his teams. He's got an interesting history in the league, but he's as a coach, he knows how to win. You can say whatever you want. He knows how to win, and he can turn Bo Nix into a guy that can take them to the number one seed. Like there's something to be said for that. That defense is for real. That's a tough place to play. No disrespect to any of those aspects about Denver. Buffalo gave that game away.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if the Patriots could have beat Buffalo. To be honest with you, I think this is of course of what's happened since makes it a better matchup. But the Patriots getting a third shot at Buffalo scares the hell out of me, especially after what happened last time. So, but I mean, talk about I'm a huge fan of Josh Allen, the person. I am a huge fan of or what we know of the person. I mean, I don't really know him, but what I think I know of him, I'm a huge fan of, and of the quarterback. He's an unbelievable quarterback.
Mhm.
That was bad.
That was very bad.
One of those fumbles. I was like, what
He
are
like
you
threw
doing?
it backwards.
Maybe he
threw it, didn't it?
He, like, threw it backwards.
You're running.
And that's not him. It's like, what do you this is the stuff you did when you were a rookie.
Yeah.
Not now. Like, not now, man. Like, it was hard to watch because this should be his time. There's no Pat in it. Like, there's no Mahomes. The boogeyman's gone. It's just your shot, Joe Burrow, like another talented quarterback, not there. It's not Drake May's time yet. It can't be Bo Nix's time yet. Like, this was your
Yeah.
path.
No Lamar Jackson. Like,
No Lamar Jackson.
it's
Right.
insane. Not even like Trevor Lawrence, who's been in the league. It's not really his time either, but he's been in the league.
This is
It'll
your
never be his-
time.
And like Josh Allen's about to be 30. Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
And then
He lost 2 fumbles and threw 2 picks in this game.
And now they lose the game. They give the game away. And we'll get to the Denver side of this in a second, but they lose the game. They give it away. And some of that's on Sean McDermott, but now they fire Sean McDermott. Who they're replacing him with? I don't know.
Idiotic.
Brian Daboll seems like a good candidate to do that. But I'm not McDermott's a pretty good coach. Like, what are we doing? And now you're hearing like this some kind of Game of Thrones situation was unfolding in the background of the owner and the GM met with McDermott, and he was like, "Well, there's some holes on the roster," and apparently that didn't sit well with either the GM or the owner, and so they were like, he's going to be out because we don't like the way. It's like, dude, there's some holes in the roster.
What, like a New York Jets sort of thing, where he just doesn't want to spend money?
I don't even know if it's if you want to spend money. I think that Brandon Beane, the general manager, was like, I've built you this great team. I've given you more than enough to win a championship. And he was like, there's some holes here. Like we gotta.
It's just wide receivers.
Is anyone seen their wide receivers play this year?
Yeah.
They're and maybe they can say that it's McDermott's fault, but I think I gotta make sure I gotta check on the stat. Their run defense was terrible. I think they gave up 5.1 yards per carry during the season. They were ranked 28th, I think, in rushing yards per game. And I know that they did pretty good job against Denver's run game, which is making me optimistic about how the Patriots will do against it. But I'm advocating they got to build their defense. And I know they've had all kinds of injuries, but you've got to get different players. You've got to get better on the defensive side of the ball and find some help at wide receiver. And acting like there's no holes on that roster is comical.
Yeah.
And then they promote Brandon Beane, and it's like, well, this is interesting. And then, by the way, Brandon Beane's brought in some good players.
Mm.
But why did that? All of a sudden, it's the Bills organization that was this close that we thought they could be celebrating a Super Bowl that they finally bring to Buffalo. McDermott could be a Bills legend. Josh Allen solidifies more of his legacy, and Brendan Beane is a great decision maker. What an owner to bring this all to Buffalo, and the next thing you know, it's all imploding over this one loss, and it's I don't know. It seems like a wild overreaction to me. I know he's been there for 9 years and he hasn't been able to get them to whatever.
Yeah,
but some of these and I think Portnoy brought this up. He's like, they didn't really get screwed in this game, but there's been other games where they got screwed. They changed the overtime rule because of what happened between the Chiefs and Bills in the playoffs. There's been some tough ones, man, and I don't know. Are you bringing Brian Dable in? I like Brian Dable.
I don't understand the fire. I really don't. I really, really don't.
So what's your flip side?
Well, no, especially because there's already 8 other vacancies.
Yeah.
So it's highly
it's so late in the game. You're not getting Stefanski. He's gone.
Yeah.
You're not getting Harbaugh. He's gone. I like Robert Saleh for that job. I actually like Robert Saleh for the
Titans job.
Now he's
I wish he had taken a different job.
Yes.
The Titans job, you have a young quarterback, and he's going to be a really good head coach, I think. I really like him.
But he's not a quarterback guy.
And he's not a quarterback guy.
Yeah. And that's what Cam Moore needs.
Imagine if he went to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh in Baltimore.
That would be sick.
With that kind of fitting the city.
Or even Pittsburgh, where Pittsburgh's
built
on their defense. And
Perfect.
Yeah.
That he would have been a great fit in Pittsburgh. And
Yeah.
now all of a sudden he's in Tennessee, and I wonder if it's did you take I wish some of these guys would get be like, hey, Robert, if you're not going to get the Pittsburgh job or the Baltimore job, wait. You are so talented as a defensive coordinator. People are going to continue to come to you, and eventually the right fit will be for you. And maybe he sees something in Tennessee that I don't, but I don't see it. You got Jacksonville, you got that freight train of a Colts team, and
hell yeah,
you've got a competitive Houston team who, by the way, now needs to find a quarterback. I don't know.
CJ Stroud is broken.
Did you see someone
He's
post?
so broken.
But that's what I'm saying is
CJ Stroud's been broken ever since he tried a little brother Caleb.
Yeah, I know. And dude, that picture is so funny.
That clip is really hard to watch.
I don't know who said it on 98.5, and I can't even believe that I'm going to say that they were saying something smart. But they were talking about how it's interesting when you go throughout the league, like what we just say with Saleh going to Tennessee, and we hope that it goes well for Cam Ward. But it could be that similar situation where we see a lot of these young quarterbacks end up with a defensive-minded head coach or just a guy that's not a quarterback guy, whether that's as an offensive coordinator, maybe he's good at calling plays, but he's not a quarterback guy. That's Stroud right now. And, obviously we can blame him as well because the decision-making was absolutely piss poor. But, his coach is not a quarterback guy. And we saw him be a good player. And so that's where it's interesting to see Saleh go there and see where it goes. But that's why we're all happy with Drake May because he's with Josh McDaniels, who's a guy that's perfect for a quarterback to be with.
Yeah, listen, I'll give.
So that's why I'm interested.
Another
with
aspect of this,
and
this is on the Sports Hub too. Another aspect of this was they talked, and I thought this is there's all these little details, and I think this is why people, not to jump around here too much, this is why people who give your owner a hard time for being on the sidelines really pisses me off because there are all these little details that you need to recognize and see how they affect people. And one of the things that Zoe from Sports Hub, and I think Beetle was right with them, brought up during this week was you need your offense coordinator or your quarterback coach on the field with your quarterback, and what that means when the quarterback walks over and McDaniels is sitting there
Yeah.
with the iPad, whatever they call them, the Microsoft Touches or
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
going over what's going on, being like, "Hey, man, this is what we saw. This is what it is." And sometimes they're, Bill O'Brien is yelling at Mac Jones, but you have that relationship with them sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
When you were watching Josh Allen come off the field after all these turnovers,
I've never understood that. Yeah.
the guy Joe Brady, I think was it Joe Brady is their offense coordinator? I don't even know.
I don't know.
It used to be. I don't know if he is anymore. But their offense coordinator is up in the box. No one's sitting next to Josh. No one's coming over him and being like,
Yeah, Joe.
"Hey, man, let's everything's all right." And I'm sure he's saying that in his ear, but I think there's a difference of having someone down on the field and saying like, "Let's talk right now," and I'm available for you right here, right next to you, to talk if something comes up. And if you're a McDaniels, understanding when the quarterback needs to be talked to, when he doesn't, but like calming everything down, making sure everyone's level headed. What do you like? What do you not like? Instead of like this communication through the thing. And it looks like Josh Allen only talks to him for like a brief amount of time, and then he's sitting there,
Right.
like dying a slow death because he missed the throw, and now he's going to watch this happen again. And it's all these little things. And if you're an owner on the sideline, you probably will recognize something like that. And I don't know. There's just all of these little things involved. But this altered the course of the Buffalo franchise. And maybe we look back in 2 years and it was a good thing, but it doesn't feel right now. It doesn't feel real good right now that Josh Allen didn't get his first ring.
I blame him though. That's my flip side. Is
He
that
didn't-
I blame him because
He deserves.
his decision making was not good at all. And I think the other piece as well is McDermott seems to like towards the end is more like safe. Like he's more focused on being safe, while Josh on the other side is like, I'm gonna put my head down and go.
Yeah.
Which is great. It worked last week, didn't work this past weekend, but that's where you get those 2 picks, you get those 2 fumbles. But it was also back to when he lost to the Eagles, completely misses that throw for the 2-point conversion. And then this past weekend, completely misses Dawson Knox for a game-winning touchdown. So, like, I get that they don't have a ton of weapons.
The Eagles
but
throw was easier than the Knox throw, but he should have
sure.
made it.
For
He
sure.
should have made it.
That's
It's a
where,
throw
like-
that he can make.
Exactly. And that's where Josh Allen, for me, is for us to place him on this, like, pedestal. Like, that is a throw that he has to make, and there's no excuses whatsoever on him missing that throw, especially where he's MVP after MVP after MVP every year where, oh, the Bills are going to make it because they have Josh Allen. Like, if he's that guy, then he has to make those throws, and he should prove twice this year that he can't. And I know this wide receiver situation isn't great, but Khalil Shakir gets the
They
job
put up
done.
a ton of points, man.
But they put up
still
a ton of
score
points.
points.
Dalton Kincaid is a respectable tight end. I know he's banged up this year.
Respectable. Dude, look at his numbers.
But that's what I'm saying is we talk
Dalton
about how he
Kincaid's
has
a
nobody
dude.
to throw to. Dalton Kincaid's a guy.
All the tight
Dawson
ends are
Knox.
good. Yeah.
Dawson Knox is a good tight end. They have a third guy that they'll plug and
I
play.
can't remember his name, but
I
he
can
is
remember
good
his
too.
name. Yeah, he scored a few touchdowns this year. And then you have James Cook. Like James Cook is the number 1 running back this year. And he has a lot of fumble issues. They talk about how he doesn't switch to his left arm. That's why he fumbles a lot. But that's where, like, from that game, I don't feel bad for Josh Allen at all anymore. I completely see it as his fault. There's
Oh, he
decisions-
certainly deserves some of the blame.
exactly.
I'm not going to say that he doesn't. I still feel bad for him.
I don't feel bad for him.
Mainly
Because he's married to Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, I texted Tyler, and this is when it was going really poorly, and I was like, "Hey, remember when Josh Allen ruined his legacy and like pooped down his pants?" And Tyler, like, no hesitation, like he was waiting for me. He's like, "I blame Haley Steinfeld." And I was like, "What?" And then I was like, and then Josh starts coming back, and I was like, "Never mind, freezing cold take or whatever." He's like, "I still blame Haley."
So yeah, that's more my flip side. Is like I think Josh Allen's 29 years old. Like it is kind of scary. If I'm a Buffalo fan, like I am kind of scared of what the future looks like right now. Like I know we've seen some players like play a little bit later, but the fact my quarterback is 29 years old, that sucks.
He's gonna play until he's 38. You have 9 more years, but it's not.
Yeah, but you have
But now the
you have
clock is ticking.
you have a Drake May that's 23. Like you now have Trevor Lawrence is starting to pick it up right now with Liam Cohen. You now have
We'll see about Trevor Lawrence.
they were
Trevor
dogs
Lawrence
this
has popped
year.
before.
They were dogs
really good.
this
And then
year.
he threw an interception that, by the way, I thought was pass interference, but he threw an interception to end their run. Like Trevor Lawrence has been a little. I mean, he's
I
had
get it.
one good run here, and we'll see if they're able to continue that. There's no reason to believe that they won't, but I'm not putting my eggs in that basket yet.
Buffalo to me is out of the top 5 in the AFC. Like for me right now,
What?
like
All right, so who is the top
Yeah,
five?
give me your top 5, hot shot.
top 5, Denver, New England. I mean, I could literally just use the standings from this year.
Go ahead, do that.
Let me pull them up.
Because you got to put Pittsburgh or Houston ahead of them.
And with that defense in Houston,
Okay.
Did ChatGPT tell you this was okay?
I would-
Because it made a
I would-
mistake.
Did you pull a muscle with that reach?
I would 100%. I would go Denver over them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would go Chargers over them. I would go Patriots over them. And honestly, I'd go either Steelers or Ravens. If Steelers have a quarterback, just a competent quarterback, and honestly, even Rodgers, I'm taking them over the Bills. The Ravens, I'm taking over. Like the Jaguars, I'm taking over them. The Texans have such a good defense that I would take them over them. The Bills have nothing to me. Their defense is 2 guys, Joey Bosa, Matt Milano. Their offense, clearly with the new ownership and getting a new coach, and didn't end up with the top guys that are available right now. Buffalo, to me, is not a top 5 team in the AFC for next year.
Are you drunk?
I wish.
It sounds like you're drunk.
How Matt, all of those other rosters have a coach and they have a roster. The Buffalo does not have a coach and does not have a roster.
Baltimore doesn't have a coach. The Steelers don't have a coach. What are you talking about?
There's a better roster. They have a better roster. You plug a coach in.
Pittsburgh does not have a better roster than the Bills.
How do they not?
They don't have a quarterback.
Name 2 receivers on the Steelers.
DK Metcalf,
And
Calvin Austin, and Pat Fryermuth. Like I would get better pass catchers.
you think Pat Fryermuth's a better quarter than Dalton Kincaid?
No, but they had basically the same. Those
Listen,
tight ends had the same. Jonnu Smith,
You were looking at a monster Fryermuth fan.
But either way-
he's not as good as Dalton Kincaid.
DK Metcalf over all those dudes. All those dudes. Calvin Austin's better than Khalil Shakir.
No, he's not.
I would take him over him.
No,
They've
that's
done the
fine.
same thing. They've done the same thing.
I
There's no difference in guys.
I don't.
They've
I
done
don't
the
hate,
exact same
I don't
thing.
hate that argument as much as whatever. I would say that yes, if you were to go with position by position, Pittsburgh definitely has a better defense. There's no question about that, right?
Mhm.
They have it like that's not even close. And they do DK Metcalf immediately wide receiver 1. But it's not football's not like that, man. It's not like that.
We've seen that this year, though, where teams that don't have a well-rounded roster
I hate when you
aren't
make a
in the
good
top
point.
4.
I hate when you make a
Like
good point.
Denver's in the top 4 because they have well-rounded. The Patriots are in the top 4 because they have a well-rounded roster. Like that's why.
The Patriots, they also have the guy who's like the top 2 MVP candidates at quarterback are in playoffs.
Totally, yeah, no, and I totally
The
get
only team that you could that adds up for, because Sam Darnold's been pretty filthy too, is Bo Nix and the Broncos.
But that's where we look at all 4 and we talk about their defense has kind of got them there, and that's where I'm saying
that's why
it's a
they're-
well-rounded
Those
roster.
are the last 4 teams in the NFL, and I hear you. I will tell you right now, this is what my argument would be. If Buffalo played this Steelers team 10 times, how many times do you think Buffalo's winning?
4.
You're such a liar. Is he lying?
I was going to say 7.
7's probably. I would think that's fair. I think. I honestly, I don't want to be like overreact to
I'm going.
your wildness. You're making
Kenneth Gainwell had a fantastic year. Jalen Warren had a fantastic year. Like that
Kenneth
that
Gainwell was good at
Steelers
times.
offense had a really good year.
Do you see Jalen Warren had give me the Jalen Warren numbers, please?
Jalen Warren, he had a good year.
Yeah, you're a fantasy guy. You can't let go of it. I want to know what his numbers are, dude. I don't want to get caught in this rabbit hole, which I am now getting caught in. You could make an argument.
Jalen Warren had 958 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns. That's just his rushing.
Who would you rather have right now? If you were, what was it?
I feel like you're going to say. So Jalen Warren had 958 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns. He had 333 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns.
Not bad, man.
He averages 4.5 yards per rush.
Not bad. That's a good year.
That's a great year.
Not as good as James Cook, but that's a good year.
Not even close to James Cook. But then,
Right.
but then your second guy has 537 rushing yards, averaging 4.7 per rush with 5 touchdowns.
We need to. This is a whole nother pod. Like,
Whole nother pod.
I want to because here's what I want. But before we get off of this, because this is another pod.
I just don't think it's crazy.
And I'm starting to like.
I don't think it's crazy.
It's not. You actually are making some good points. I will give you credit for that. But like now you're making me think in another way. And let me ask you this, and then let's try to come up with. We need you on this parameters. We need parameters of what this looks like. Like what are we really talking about? Because now I'm going to ask you this. Would you rather you can own a team? This is now your new team, right?
Mhm.
And you named all of these teams. Would you rather Cincinnati or Pittsburgh? Would you rather Cincinnati or Houston? Yeah.
I'd rather Cincinnati.
See, yeah, because they're talented roster on
Yeah.
offense, right? Super talented.
Yeah, but I also think that there's
Are they
opportunities
one
on-
of the best 5 teams?
We saw that they had a really good defense when they went up against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, so it's doable to get back to that.
Well, they
point.
had a good
and then they gave up everybody.
Yeah.
Eli Apple.
Do you think
guys?
they gave up Eli Apple's the guy?
I know it's the only guy that I think of for that defense because he was getting cooked left.
Eli Apple. It was all over when they lost Eli Apple. Yeah, but like that, now you're getting into this whole rabbit hole thing. I know that Josh Allen, like he hasn't gotten to the Super Bowl, but dude, he is. He's a top. I don't know, 4 quarterback in the league. 5 quarterback. What do you think?
No,
The Colts are a perfect example. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a team. Period. End of story.
That's my point.
And,
Matt's saying it way better than I am.
and Josh Allen, while he has flaws, is still a top quarterback in the league.
for me, it's like drafting a quarterback like first, second overall in fantasy. Like you grab a guy that's going to put up a bunch of points, but like he makes bad decisions in big times, and that's Josh Allen. I would rather a Sam Darnold at this point, where he's going to get the ball to Jack Smith-Njigba, who I want him to get the ball to, and they're going to get the job done. It's the same reason like Burrow's had a crazy good offense is because he's got all these dudes around him. Where I'd rather that than a Josh Allen, and you're there and you plug in a Diggs, and then you don't. That doesn't happen. And then you go get Amari Cooper, and then he retires, and then you try to grab this guy and this guy and this guy, and it never works out. Why? It feels like Luka to me in basketball. Like you put all this around a star,
Here's my
and he
counter argument.
doesn't get the job done.
There are teams that win your way. I think the Eagles team from last year is a good example of a team that can be built that way and win, right? And they're like, not to date myself, but the Tampa team that had that insane defense and had John Gruden that beat the Raiders in the early 2000s, maybe the late 1990s. You can have a team like that. You can have like the Belichick, the first Patriots wins were a lot like
Trent
that.
Dilfer, Ravens.
But here's the thing, man. Go back and look at who's won all the Super Bowls in the last 25 years, and you're going to see some familiar names. And they're going to be Tom Brady, they're going to be Pat Mahomes, they're going to be Peyton Manning, they're going to be Eli Manning. These are quarterbacks that Eli, you might not want to put in that thing. I get that, but you're going to see.
How about some Nick Foles?
You're going to see quarterback again. The Eagles have done that. I mean, the Eagles have done that, and other teams have done that. The Ravens team did it with Dilfer. So you can. There's more than one way to get there, but if you want to win more than one.
But let me ask you this though: you go to Buffalo, and that's the team that you take, and you have Josh Allen, and he is a top 5 quarterback, but he cannot get it done in clutch time. How do you fix that? Now you're dealing with how do I fix my quarterback instead of how do I have a roster? All right, let me spend my time getting the quarterback to at least get us to 500, give us a shot at the Super Bowl, and then maybe I'm able to just have this well-rounded team and go from there.
I'm hard.
Because he is 29 years. Like I know that that's not crazy old, but he's 29 years old, and we've got a quarterback in New England that's 23 years old that he's gonna have to play for the next 8 years.
I don't see Josh Allen as a guy that struggles in clutch time. He did the other night. He did against Denver. Like that's a fair assessment by missing that throw at the end. There was another one that he came up short on. I did not think he played well at the end of that game. There's no getting around it. Some of these other games we've seen him in, like the battles with Mahomes. I'm not really worried about it, dude. He's been pretty good in big moments. I don't think he's afraid of the big moment. Some of it's just like, in hockey, you talk about puck luck. Some of it's just, and I've actually talked to this with a buddy of mine down at the combine last year. And I was like, you guys had such a good team. I won't mention what the team was, but I was like, you guys have such a good team, but there's still some magic in the game, man. And sometimes it just doesn't go your way, and sometimes it does. And the best team doesn't win every year. It's just not a thing. It's not the best team to win every year. But the teams that do compete year in, year out, and are contend for multiple Super Bowls have some very common themes, my man. Good head coaches, good quarterbacks, and you can do it your way, but it doesn't. You're usually not competitive year in, year out like that. It's just. I'm not saying maybe the game's changing and you're ahead of the trend.
I might be,
but if you want to compete year in, year out, you need a guy like Drake May.
I just think like Drake May. I just feel I will get over the Josh Allen. I just feel like they've given him so much,
dude. You actually
that he hasn't done anything with it, and I just feel like the NFL, they can't baby Mahomes, so they need to baby somebody.
Please tell me you're not going
babying Josh Allen.
I'm not ChatGPT.
You got a number?
ChatGPT.
Well, no, so everybody has this giant boner about Drake May, and they should. And they should. But
Tyler can't even stand up.
I know.
CJ Stroud had an amazing rookie year and then came back to earth. So before we start anointing Drake May the next Tom Brady, how about we pump the brakes a little bit and say I would rather have Drake May than Josh Allen? I'm not saying I don't. I'm just saying let's pump the brakes and think that Josh Allen's washed up because Drake May's 23 and had a good season.
I'm just worried because he's 29. That's my only issue, is that the clock is very much
quarterbacks
ticking.
play till they're 40.
I know, but the clock's ticking. He's a big running quarterback.
I would be more worried about the pressure of I'm running out of time and I'm going to press. I get that. That's a valid thing. Him being 29, I am not concerned about whatsoever.
I'm not either.
That's the beginning of your prime.
I should say I'm in the middle of that, though. It is. I think you're right about that, but now the clock is.
I think the pressure's there and the clock is ticking, but I'd still take Josh Allen over the vast majority of the other quarterbacks.
For sure.
And the Stroud thing is a valid point and scares the hell out of me.
But I think it scared us last year, though. I think last year we were more worried about it.
It wasn't his rookie year. It was his second year. There's more of a natural progression with May, and I think that he is, even when you just watched Stroud at his best versus May at his best, Stroud was really good, but I think there's a difference. I think May is, when you watch him, and I told you guys this at the beginning of the season, the people in the league were like, Drake May is going to be the guy coming out of that class. That of all the guys that came out, Caleb was awesome, and Jaden Daniels was awesome, but Drake May, people were geeked up about, and he hadn't done anything, and he didn't even have a good preseason. But people thought that Drake May could be the guy.
And I also, with Stroud, my only thing with him, and I know that our wide receivers have stepped up, but his rookie year, he had Nico Collins and Tank Dell, which Tank Dell was a rookie, but he had two wide receivers that were legit. So that's just also me coping with the fact that it might end up happening, where next year might be a little more sad. But
it's going to be a tougher schedule.
It's absolutely terrifying. And tougher schedule. I think what Jaden Daniels went through this year, where obviously his injuries, which suck, but I think he kind of started the season and was like, oh crap, these defenses are coming after me now.
Yeah, that's a different conversation though, because that was concerned with Jaden coming out was the frame, and and May is not.
But that's where Jaden Daniels had a very easy schedule his rookie year, and they went for a full run, and he started playing these top 5 defenses like Drake is right now, and then this year he gets a hard schedule, and it gets real. Because right now Drake will play good against these top 5 defenses here and there, but it's not consistent. That's where Jaden Daniels is week in, week out is top 5 defenses or top 10 defenses.
So quickly to get into this, because now we're running out of time, because you actually made some good points. I will say that. You're welcome. You. I don't agree with you, but it was a shaky argument coming out of the gate, and then you were better with it.
Can't wait for the review.
So Denver, after this game, Sean Payton does his press conference, goes gone, and all of a sudden all these whispers are coming out. I guess this is how this went. Sean Payton did his regular post-game press conference and left the podium and came back out 20, 25 minutes later. It was we've got some bad news. And Bo Nix breaks his ankle on the second to the last play of the game. You were texting me, and I was like, this. I think it was a lot of other people. Is this fake?
I thought it was fake, yeah.
And you're like, no way. And then some other people, Brian was like, this isn't. BK was like, this isn't real. What's going on? Or is this real? Or whatever it was.
Reminds me of when I got the text of, I can't believe he retired.
Oh, and
Andrew Luck. Oh my God!
I was like, shut up. And then I have
Yeah, dude, I can't even imagine. I can't even
Dude,
imagine.
I could not imagine that. I
In a
really couldn't.
preseason game. And then he's walking around saying goodbye to. Oh man,
Sorry,
that's,
I differ.
no. That's
No, but that's
the thing.
exactly what it is. Like, I couldn't imagine being a Denver fan
These
right
poor
now.
Denver fans, man. Like whatever.
Your team gets a hard fought win.
I will. This is what concerns me about this: is that the Patriots better not get comfortable here. They had better not think this is
Vrabel's a good coach. You won't let him get
Stidham. I don't
I'm
think
so
he will
happy.
either.
I'm so happy Matt said it because I was going to say it and sound like a
homer?
Pats fan.
No, I think that's fair. I think that Vrabel's probably the coach of the year. I think Vrabel's he was a good coach in Tennessee. I think he'll be on top of it, but they can't because there's a couple of interesting things here I think that are worth mentioning. One is Stidham was a talented dude who probably if he'd come out of school a year earlier, I don't even know if he could have, but the year before at Auburn, the year before he left, he had a really good year, and then that last year was a mess at Auburn, and the numbers went down, and he dropped, and he ended up going in the 4th round. And then he's kind of bounced around. The Patriots took him in the 4th round, but he never really got a chance because they signed Cam Newton.
And they said, yeah.
Then the next year, I think he had a back surgery. Then Josh took him to the Raiders with him. So obviously McDaniels thought enough about him to bring him to the Raiders. He goes there and gets caught up in the whole Derek Carr drama where they want to start him at the end of the year. And Derek Carr is now leaving the team, which, say whatever you want to say about it. I don't really care. So he gets caught up in that. Then he signs with the Broncos, and he's the backup there. And, they go in the Bo Nix direction, and that's cool. He was the backup to Russell Wilson. They make a coaching change, and he's still there. Like, they didn't cut him.
Yeah.
Payton could have come in and been like, you're the old guy.
Right.
We're not going to keep you here. Although I don't know how that timeline exactly matched up. So maybe I'm wrong about that. But anyways, Stidham's never really had a shot. He's got some tools. Sean Payton's a great coach. And even Vrabel said that they made a call about like bringing in Stidham as a backup either in Tennessee or here. So they were interested in him. They saw some things as well. So I get it. I'd rather play him than Nix. I get it. It's a good thing for the Patriots. I'm not sitting here and being like, if the Patriots win this game, it means a lot more now. We're not going on a crazy town. That's not what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But don't get caught up.
It's a mental test for sure.
Yeah, don't do it. Just don't do it. By the way, Bo Nix, I looked at the numbers. He hasn't played super well, and this team's still winning.
No,
he's played well, but he's not. Of the 4 quarterbacks left in the playoffs, Bo Nix was the worst.
And honestly, like that's where by what I was saying before on picking up a team, I think could hurt me is where that offense and defense is so well rounded that it's a team that I don't think you can plug and play a quarterback, but if Stidham can get the ball to the right guys, he can just get
Nick spread the ball around super well.
They have Cortland Sutton, that's a dog. They have Marvin Mims, who's been a good deep threat for them. Mm-hmm. They have a rookie from Illinois,
Pat Bryant. I don't know if he's playing because he had a head
injury.
That kid. Dude.
I used him in fantasy a couple times. He's a dog.
I have a whole Pat Bryant thing. But
that's what I'm saying. It's I think they have a good enough wide receiver room, and then their defense is stout. It's really good. It'll be interesting.
Harvey's starting to come on, the rookie running back out of UCF. He's a good player.
Yeah, exactly.
That building's tough, man. And now it's time. We got 3 minutes left, 2 minutes left. I'm going to talk quickly about it. The Achilles heel of this Patriots team is clearly the left side of the offensive line.
And Will Campbell and Jared Wilson.
The rookies. And I think they'll get better. And I think Will Campbell's exceeded my expectations this year. But you're starting to see some of the concerns that I had. And there's a reason when the all-rookie team came out, it was Kelvin Banks Jr. from New Orleans and not Will Campbell at left tackle. And some of that's because Will got hurt. But some of it's because I was right all along. And maybe not in terms of the fit, because Will Campbell's been an outstanding addition to the locker room, is an outstanding human being, an outstanding worker. That was never the question. That was never the question about Will Campbell. The question was, how is he going to handle elite edge rushers in the league?
It's gone terribly.
And it has not gone well the last couple of weeks. And
all season. I mean, he got smoked by, it's Miles.
Everyone gets smoked by Myles Garrett.
Yeah, but then it didn't really get better from there. He gets smoked a bit against an old Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
And then he gets smoked last week.
Yeah.
And it was ugly. And it's not even great either when they shift a little bit. And then Will Campbell, I don't know enough about football to use the right terminology, but he's kind of waiting there to see if there's another rusher. and there is another rusher, and he goes right past Will Campbell, and he gets his right arm on him to push him, and he's like, "Oh wait, it's not college anymore. I can't throw a guy with one arm anymore." And that guy goes right through and strips.
So you have a quarterback that
Will Anderson. That's who made him look stupid.
You have a quarterback that can hold on to the ball too long, and a rookie left tackle that can struggle in pass protection, and that's where we've already seen it, and they've been able to overcome it. But that's where this story could go horribly wrong for the Patriots. So
we're scoop and score away from losing that game.
Joel's probably pissed at me right now
for sure,
because that's not what Patriots do. Patriots win.
Patriots do.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
Patriots win.
We're off next week. I'm at the Senior Bowl, but if the Patriots win, we got to get Joel on the pod leading up to the Super Bowl
in person.
Yeah, with I think they allow booze in here, right? Or we should have Captain.
There's no signs.
Captain Cokes.
I saw a Corona Extra can of it.
Yeah. So we got Captain Cokes waiting for him. Just get him a little lubed up. See how that goes. See what he's willing to say on air.
I muted the notification.
What about Brian out of left field just taking a shot? Yeah, you should be all right with this, right? You raised the banner recently.
That never gets old.
Yeah. All right, boys. Good pod. I thought this was going to be really quick. You were really pissing me off in the beginning. I was ready to get out of here. Merry Christmas.
Go Hoosiers.
I guess. Yeah. Congratulations to Indiana. Congratulations to Miami too for having a great season. Really, congratulations to Indiana. That is the most incredible turnout in college sports ever.
Things I never thought I'd see in my lifetime.
No. I mean, it's unbelievable, and they good for Miami for making them earn it because they had some rollover. That was a game
because I needed my bet to hit.
And good for the rest for letting them play.
Right, and Indiana had to show some guts.
Kurt Cignetti was not happy about that. I mean, because there was that one play with that Miami guy. Clearly, he handed the ball off. And he's like, screw that. I'm going right for Mendoza's chest, which I respect.
Dude, it was late.
Send a message.
I like that player a lot. Late. That player was
late. Is that number 3?
8.
Number 8.
I
like number 3.
He was late, and then he led with the crown of his helmet.
Yep.
And he got under the chin strap. And you could see the way that Mendoza had to get up. It was like, oh, my God. It was kind of like, you know how you just kind of push off with your hands? He extended his arm out I gotta get out of here.
I'm swimming.
Yeah, I was kind of like, is he gonna finish this game? This is gonna get.
Well, I was cracking up at the PIs that they were. I mean, it was unreal. This guy's literally got his hand fisted in his jersey for 15 yards running down the field. And then the hold on the Fletcher touchdown. There's a picture where the guy has his arm around the offensive lineman has his arm around.
But it was happening all game. I couldn't understand the conversation about the officiating in that game. It was
going both ways. So
I didn't want to bring it up because I don't like to talk about the refs.
But I know you don't.
Yeah, but it was not their best moment. But great game. Best game since the 2
Oh my God, I was pacing. I had to get up and pace. I could not. That last minute 47.
I love that you're awesome. That into it now. Yeah.
Well, it was really fun. I haven't had a team that I root for, which let's be honest, I haven't rooted for Indiana football ever. Since I was a kid. But it's great for the state of Indiana. They're pumped, and I was glad that they came and showed up at every single bowl.
Yeah,
Rose Bowl, Peach Bowl.
Dude, they
travel.
Yeah,
it
Mark
was
Cuban's
loud
paying for everyone. He's got chartering jets.
Clearly.
I don't know.
Hey, do what you got to
do. That Miami quarterback, Carson Beck, almost got me. He almost pulled me back in. No. He almost pulled me back in, and I was like, oh yeah, that's why.
You see him on the bench?
That's Tyler.
That's what told me everything.
So afraid.
It's when they pan over. It was like when Brady after halftime when they showed Brady on the sideline, you see that he's pissed. When they showed Carson Beck with a minute left and he has his hands over his face, looking like he's crying, I'm like, this game's over. Yeah. There's no way that Miami's winning because he is mentally weak.
The Jets are going to draft him, right?
Yes.
Day 2 or 3.
Third overall pick.
Day 2 or 3.
Yeah. That's the second overall pick. But
second overall pick.
Even better.
That's Aaron Glenn's guy. You wanted Dante Moore, might as well get Carson Beck.
What is that? Okay. All right. That's it for this week. We'll see you guys
in 2
weeks.
Tyler Mock.